Horrible. 14 Russian vehicle full of North Korean troop brutal attack by Ukraine tank in close range. Russian Marines and paratroopers backed by North Korean reinforcements are storming Ukrainian positions in the Kursk Oblast in western Russia, apparently determined to force Ukraine out of Kursk before U.S. President-elect Donald Trump is inaugurated in January. Elements of 3 Ukrainian brigades are holding a line along the left flank of the 250-square-mile Ukrainian enclave in Kursk, but they are outnumbered and outgunned by Russia and its foreign allies. The Kremlin appears willing to take heavy casualties to retake Kursk from Ukrainian forces that overrun the region in August. Very heavy fighting is underway in the Kursk area, Ukrainian drone operator Kursk reported. Blowing smoke to obscure their movements, Russian paratroopers from the 51st Airborne Regiment and Marines from the 155th Marine Infantry Brigade attacked Ukrainian defense lines head-on Monday. Kriegsforscher counted 18 Russian BMP, BMD, and MT-pound infantry fighting vehicles and armored personnel carriers carrying infantry and 5 T-72, T-80, and T-90 tanks, all organized into 3 groups. Ukrainian drones and tanks met the attack. The fighting was chaotic and bloody, and in the end, the Russians abandoned 15 IFVs and APCs and 3 very expensive tanks for their frontal assault. "We were very lucky that they made so many bonsai attacks," Kriegsforscher said. The fighting was close and confusing. According to Kriegsforscher, 2 Ukrainian tank crews, probably from the newly reorganized 17th Heavy Mechanized Brigade, moved forward to meet the Russians and encountered, but failed to notice, 4 Russian BMDs or BMPs loaded with infantry. The Ukrainian tankers did not see the Russian vehicles until they had released 15 paratroopers. That's when the tanks opened fire, destroying 1 BMD. It's not uncommon for entire Russian squads to be wiped out in a single blast. During Saturday's assault, 15 Russians disembarked from 1 or more vehicles of the 51st Airborne Regiment. Kriegsforscher claims its drone unit killed or wounded every Russian, contributing to what may be a record Russian loss in recent days. Ukrainians are also dying. Russia reportedly captured and executed 6 Ukrainian soldiers along the front lines at Kursk recently, continuing a series of brutal killings of prisoners carried out mostly by the 155th Naval Infantry Brigade. With the front lines of eastern Ukraine threatened by a relentless Russian offensive, Ukraine is struggling to find reserves to reinforce Kursk. Russia, on the other hand, can count on thousands of North Koreans to bolster frontline units in the region. A regiment of Russia's elite 76th Airborne Division may also be on its way to Kursk if Kriegsforscher intelligence is accurate. The Kremlin's target is the town of Sudzha in the heart of Ukraine's Kursk salient. The Russian military political leadership has decided to regain control of Sudzha in the Kursk region before the inauguration of the next US president, the Ukrainian Defense Strategy Center explains. President-elect Trump has promised to end the war in Ukraine. His main, so far unenforceable proposal is to freeze the front line wherever it is. If a ceasefire were to happen today, it would hand over control to the Russian president. Vladimir Putin controls 45,000 square miles of Ukrainian territory and has ceded 250 square miles of the Kursk region to Ukraine. Putin clearly intends to retake Kursk before any possible ceasefire, thereby eliminating the potential for Ukrainian control of any Russian territory. There is an urgency to the Russian attack that belies the political chaos. Eschewing clever tactics, Russian forces attack head-on, killing scores, and putting Russia in a position for one of 2 possible outcomes. a favorable ceasefire, or another year of costly fighting.